Welcome to my GHP presentation about all you need to know about sustainable fashion. My GHP product is as shown on this slide here. Each of these links opens up to a new link that shows a poster that is basically an all you need to know about sustainable fashion information dump. We begin with the impacts of fast fashion on the environment. Then we have social and ethical impacts of fast fashion impacts on workers, brands to shop from, and alternatives to fast fashion. Okay, so an overview of my project. As you open up the first link, you open to impacts of fast fashion on the environment. This poster covers a couple different things. It has their water usage. It says the fashion industry uses 1/10 of all water used industrially. We have a little information on microplastics, greenhouse gas issue with landfills, and landfills in general. And then each of my posters has where I got the information or where you can get more information at the bottom of the poster. Now, for the second link, our alternatives to fast fashion, we have just a simple poster. It shows 5 different ways that people can not support the fast fashion industry. So we have, 1, support local thrift stores. 2, buy, sell, and trade clothes online. 3, search for the fair trade logo. 4, buy timeless and good quality pieces that can be used forever. And 5, learn how to repair clothes. And again, we have more information down below or where I got this information from. All right, so this next slide goes into the next 2 links. We have fast fashion impacts on workers, which goes into wages, an example of something that's happened, the Rana Plaza disaster, fashion supply chain, poor treatment, poor pay, and then just a continued poor pay information. This one was pretty interesting. I found that despite this sector or despite this fast fashion industry contributing nearly 16% to the nation's gross growth, basically, and 84% of the nation's exports, workers are still paid extremely low. It also showed that, or most of my information showed that women are also disproportionately paid and on the receiving end of more unfair treatment in the workplace. All right, and then finally we have the social and ethical impacts of fast fashion. So this slide talks about the exploitation of labor workers, some of the psychological impacts that occur with younger generations especially. I found this incredibly interesting, and there's a graph right below to go along with it. The ongoing cycle of new trends in clothing and the pressure to keep up can lead to stress, anxiety, and a lowered sense of self-worth among younger generations. This was shown in a couple different websites, but in the website chosen, the graph also comes from the website chosen. We have cultural impacts and we have the impact of social media. Okay, so this slide shows how I shared my GHP with the public. I gave QR codes, to the links, and then I chose to share these with my peers. All right, and then this is how I monitored it. The QR code brand that I used gave views of how many people scanned my product. So as of right now, there was 24 scans. It has gone up actually since I posted this. So it's about at 27 right now. Over here is another way of how I promoted it. I showed my Instagram post. So this is the actual poster that was used around campus. It wasn't just the QR code. It was a poster that said all you need to know about sustainable fashion. It was posted in the campus center. And then just the Instagram post that I used to promote my GHP. All right, and then as far as what I would change about this process, overall, I honestly enjoyed it, but the way I promoted my project on social media, I believe could have been better. I mean, I only got about 100 views on social media, so I think that if I maybe went ahead and posted it more times, or if I found a way to have more Stockton people see it, maybe post it to Stockton. I'm not sure how that works, but that would have been beneficial. And then also how I created my QR code. The website I used was very confusing. It took me a really long while, to figure out how to link everything in one spot and then be able to post it for everybody to see. Additionally, the process that wasn't the worst throughout this, but got in my way the worst, was actually getting my posters hung up around campus. I believe if I had a little bit more information on what they needed, it wouldn't have been such a stressful process, but you live and you learn. So, all right, and then my overall points. So, this project gave me a lot of insight on sustainable fashion. Honestly, I learned a lot from each of the slides. I learned more about some of the psychological impacts of this. I learned about how social media plays such a big role in it. I also enjoyed the process of being able to share what I'm learning and share about this important topic to my peers, because this is something that most people probably never even knew about. I had no idea that the fashion industry was so wasteful and so toxic and in such a cycle until I began this class. And I honestly enjoyed working on this project. I would definitely do a project this style again, with posting it to people and having my product actually be seen by other people in a way that could benefit them. All right, and finally, thank you for listening. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. I had a great time putting this together, so hopefully everyone else did with theirs. Thank you.